if you like what you're seeing and hearing, please consider subscribing to the podcast. You can go to either Apple iTunes, the Google Play Store, Spotify, or Amazon Music in the podcast section. It'll hit Monday morning or Sunday afternoon, depending on when it posts. And the video will hit on YouTube and Spotify Monday. Spotify will hit Monday evening, and YouTube it'll hit Monday morning, 7 a.m., just like it does for the audio services. So please go to those places and consider subscribing or listening to the show. You can also write to me at gwgpodfellows@gmail.com if you want to write me a letter. Let me know what you think of the show, things like that. Or you can also find me on Twitter at JustLittleJoe. So go to those places and please consider liking and subscribing. Thanks. And with that, we'll get on to the episode. Hello, my name is Joseph Carlson, and this is episode 234. Yep, 234. I'm checking my notes. 234 of Game with Grief. And I'm just calling this episode, It's Okay to Chill Out. I was doing a lot of research about current events. Avin and I talked about the Israel-Gaza conflict in our recent episode of Game with Grief. That's coming out on the 20th of this month. And I've had to do a lot of research and a lot of deep dives, and it's been incredibly depressing. And so I don't think on top of that I could add another depressing game to play while I was doing all of that. So I think the only thing I really want to talk about this is, and I played a demo of this back in the day, but I'll talk about it now. I've been playing Potion Permit, which I'm playing it on PS5. I think it's only a PS4 game, but you can play it on PS5. I think it came out last year, the end of last year. I did mention when I watched the Wholesome Directs, I try to watch them every year, and I think it was the 2022 version that they mentioned that this game was coming out. There was a demo on Steam. Again, it was called Potion Permit, and it was one of those cozy, chill games to just relax to. And I've been playing that to kind of counteract the complete abysmal readings that I've been doing of the Middle Eastern conflict, Israel, Gaza. But I mean, without getting into that, I'll just talk about what I enjoy about Potion Permit. And if you're looking for a way to chill out, you can just play that instead. So you basically play a young character is coming to a town. They are like part of this, I want to say like academy of basically like an official organization that's coming to like this small town to help the townspeople out through healing. There is combat, but really you're just trying to gather herbs and upgrade your home and your cauldron to create better potencies for the townspeople. One of the first missions you do is cure the mayor's daughter, who is very sick. They have like a little mini game mechanic to try to figure out what is wrong with her, and then you can go into the woods and gather herbs and things to make her better. You learn more potencies as you go on through either in-game activities. I think there's an auto-crafting feature that there's a message that says, like, if you craft this so many times, you will unlock the ability to just craft this without trying to, and I appreciate stuff like that. And, mostly in games like this, like Stardew Valley and things that I played before, combat is an avenue of play. Now, I haven't played the whole game. I haven't finished it, but it seems like right now the thing you're trying to do, the only tools I have, I don't have a sword, I don't have a shield. The tools I have right now are just to gather material, and I thought that was like an interesting mechanic that says, listen, we're not going to focus on combat. You can obviously hit creatures with your sickle or axe or hammer that you usually use for crafting either plants, trees, or rock like ore and things like that. But you can hit animals and things and creatures. You find these weird blob creatures. You can hit those with this stuff. But really what the game is, I think, is pretty great. And I'm going to keep playing it because I'm probably going to play it after this. It's a great chill out game. Is just the ability to gather to your heart's content. And again, it seems like as of right now, combat is the lowest priority on the list, which is great considering all the news I've read lately and stuff. Just the idea that you can sit, chill out to a game, gather basil, um, you know, just dies, whatever. You also get a dog. So if you're a dog lover like myself, that's also a big, that's a big deal. You can create your character however you want. There's actually a lot of options. It's kind of in a 16-bit style, like a Super Nintendo game, kind of roided up with, new engine and things like that. You get a dog. I named my dog Noxie. It's a good boy. You actually get a bonding meter with your dog. So, like, the more you pet them and feed them, they get, like, most people just talk through emoji, or you talk through emojis. Most people have, like, word bubbles above their head telling you what's going on. I'm sure later on there's going to be more and more illnesses that you don't know about in the town. But I like it so far, and like I said, I'll continue to play it, especially if I'm still doing research and stuff. I'm about to plan a D&D campaign, so hopefully, as I've talked about many times in this, hopefully that'll take my mind off of, the horrible things I've read in the news lately, and, be able to rest. And I've talked about it several times on this podcast, and I was thinking about this episode, like what I was going to do, because I was playing that. I wasn't really playing anything for review, and I've said it many times, and I just want to reiterate it. It's okay to not be okay. There's organizations that you can contact for that if you're feeling, if something isn't bringing you joy, or you feel that maybe you're taking something a little bit, I don't know. It's good to break away from things, even if I enjoy doing the podcast. I will continue to do it, but I'm not taking a break. I just think it's okay every once in a while to say I need to take a step back, and you can do that in a variety of ways. I mean, I'm playing chill games to relax. There was another game I was looking to purchase called Terra Nil, which is basically you just like rebuilding an ecosystem, which, again, I don't think there was any combat in that. When I played the demo years ago, I think I played it along with the Potion Permit demo. And it was amazing to me how, again, no combat, you're just trying to like put bees in an area to repopulate the trees, or like move a stream through, and have kind of like solar panels and things that will, the setup for Terra Nil was a fire had ripped through an environment, and it was almost like Sin City, where you tried to change the environment, and I thought that is pretty amazing. And so Potion Permit, I played it in the same thing, and I'm playing it more, and like I said, I've found that it is great, that you are not, combat, again, is not a focus. So again, if you're looking for something that is a little bit more chill, something that you want to do kind of between bigger projects, I would recommend that. I think you can beat the whole game in about 15 to 20 hours. I go to howlongtobeat.com. That has a lot of that stuff. Again, I'm going to keep doing it. I'm also going to start playing Zelda again, with the game of the year coming up. People say the story is actually very moving for Zelda, and although combat is a focus in that, and even though Ganon wants to like destroy the world, stakes are pretty high. There's some weird chill out thing to that as well, because of the building mechanics in Tears of the Kingdom, where you can just build whatever you want, however you want. And I dug it a lot. It was very relaxing to be like, well, how am I going to get from point A to point B? Oh, I can just build this weird contraption and fly over there. So again, that was pretty great. So I don't know, I've been to therapy and stuff, and I talked about it. It's okay to step away from what you love, because that'll make it, because if you don't, it could turn into something that you hate. I've been also researching, like, I want to stream more, and there's a lot of streamers out there that talk about how long you need to stream, how many days you need to stream, and it seems kind of daunting. So I don't know if I want to do that, if I want to submit that, submit to that form of work, life, whatever, because it seems, again, just a lot. And it would make me do things like playing games and stuff, and maybe I wouldn't like it anymore. I think that would be a big problem. As you can see, I'm not really in where I normally am. My wife and I today were actually talking about possibly taking some stuff down and me kind of like putting some stuff up here. But yeah, this is like the corner of my office that you would normally see me in. So many shooting locations in this massive house. I'm just kidding. It's 800 square feet. I think, this isn't going to be the longest episode I've ever done, and I know the 3 people that watch this will probably consider it throwaway, but I just want to tell people out there, if something is stressing you out or you can't see a way through, just take a step back, take a break, and tell yourself it's okay. You can recenter yourself or whatever, Life sometimes doesn't give you time to slow down. You have to make time. That's what my friend told me. You got to make time to do certain things in your life. So make time to relax. Boredom isn't Boredom and downtime aren't the enemy. I found myself sometimes having moments like this morning when I woke up early, really reflecting on all this before I recorded the pod. You know, how am I going to tackle this issue? What am I going to do? You get kind of a clarity from that silence. And I think a lot of people always need to be, they always need to be working towards a goal or always grinding or always doing something. But I think it is okay to take a step back and reevaluate what you're doing. And so I think with that, shorter episode, play Potion Permit, though. It was a smaller developer. They wanted people to wishlist it, so obviously more people would hear about it on Steam, and I think it helps their visibility on the back end when you wishlist things. I purchased it on PS5, so I hope that doesn't affect them somehow, but it is a small developer. They're still releasing updates for it. I got a quick update when I downloaded to play it about a week ago. And again, if you don't want something that focuses on combat, just play it to chill out, select herbs, and help townspeople be better from the illness they're in, which I think is pretty great. So with that, I will leave everybody. Have a good week, and I will talk to everybody next week. Happy Sunday, everybody. Bye.